All right, I had to watch this episode. I really didn't want to put myself through the torture. I've heard nothing but bad things about this show. I hear episode 3 is possibly the death of Star Wars. So here I am. You can follow. I have a timer on the screen, so you can figure out where I am in the episode. I'm not going to show it because I don't feel like it getting taken down. Yeah, the guy took poison for no reason. I already made a video on the stupid fire stuff. Oshi, the twin sister of Osha is Oshi. That's so stupid. It's like if Obi-Wan had a brother named Obi-2. Well, I gotta buckle in for like half an hour of torture now. Ugh. Brendock, 16 years earlier. I've seen a little some things from this episode already, so some of it's not going to surprise me. But I've tried to avoid as much as I can. That's rude. She's like, is she grabbing it with the force? Just gonna start controlling a random innocent animal with the force for no reason? Okay. Both of them, they just can't resist just grabbing innocent creatures for no reason. That's like a Sith thing to do. Oh yeah, it's just a ceremony. These actors are not great, but I mean, trying to get a kid actor to be good is very rare. What? What does that even mean? Always one, but born as two? What does any of this mean? I give you you and you give me me. I assume this isn't a Dathomirian witch, or it doesn't look like it. Hey, look, he looks exactly the same from 16 years ago. So far, I'm not seeing where the $180 million went. I think that's how much this cost, or was it more than that? Usually, you could see the money on screen, like in something like House of the Dragon. You could tell it was expensive. Because it's Disney, I wouldn't be surprised if over half of it is money laundering. They're just sending the money to someone. Probably it went into Ledley Heslin's pocket. We're not little anymore. Aren't you like 13? How? Why are there like 1,000 people with the title mother? It's not like with like the Witches of Dathomir. There's one mother. It's Mother Talzin. A coven. It's literally a witch coven. You know what this feels like? It feels like Leslie Headland watched the Clone Wars or something, or maybe, I mean, I doubt it. Maybe read some of the comics and stuff, but and heard, oh, there's witches. Well, I'll just do like a normal witch coven from like our world, and not like a Star Wars coven of witches, which is not what this is. The twins are not normal children. Yeah, here we go. I heard about this. By the same thread. Thread. Why are you calling the Force thread now? And they're capitalizing thread. What? 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 What do you mean? What do you mean it's not a power you wield? We've seen people. We've seen people wield it for 6 films. She says some people call it a force. It is the force, and now you're calling it the thread? Screw you. These people are. This is so obvious. They're trying to tear down what George Lucas created and make something. Pervert it to make it into something that of their image. Huh? Okay. Yeah, they're just making the Jedi out to be villains. How old is this kid? And she's like blocking what I assume is like a pretty experienced Force user. What? Okay. You can just become a witch from a ceremony? You aren't like born a witch? This is gonna make me want to. I'm gonna have to make a video like the one I made about fire, the stupid fire stuff. Why are you calling it the thread? It's so stupid. Never has that been. The Force has never been called a thread in 47 years. What is this about? The power of many instead of the power of one. That's not been a thing either. This just sounds like gobbledygook that she wrote. What are you talking about? Huh? The galaxy is not a place that welcomes women like us. There's literally Dathomirian witches in many episodes of the Clone Wars, and I don't see anybody saying, "Oh, we don't want your kind around here." They aren't hating them. So ridiculous. Oh boy, is this the scene? I'm really bored. Okay. Don't look at what I'm drawing. She's like drawing porn or something. Uh I'm gonna fall asleep. These dialogue scenes are incredibly boring. That's the thing is there's a way to make dialogue interesting and this is not it. Like there's plenty of TV that I've watched that has dialogue that I am hooked in. Oh crap, here we go. Here's the Ascension or whatever. I'm so stupid. I just realized I didn't click record screen on this audio reaction, so it's just gonna be audio. Whoops. So you can't follow along with me. I mean, not that you'd want to. I don't expect you to watch this again or watch it in the first place. How much you want to bet that stuff like this goes on in like Leslie Headland's life? If you don't know, Leslie Headland's the writer of the show. She worked for Harvey Weinstein. This feels like something that actually happened. She went to... Okay. Hold on. I'll wait. Hunted, persecuted, forced into hiding. By what? Who? I mean, if you're witches, your power is kind of dark and unnatural. Oh no, here we go. Blessed with a miracle. Time to destroy Star Wars canon as we know it. Stop calling it the thread. What nonsense is this? This is one time that I would probably benefit having a face cam. Here we go. The power of one, the power of two, the power of many, whatever this means. What I was saying earlier is, well, I bet this is something that actually happened with Leslie Headland. She probably went to like Bohemian Grove or something with Harvey Weinstein and actually had this happen to her. Can you believe that Kathleen Kennedy said she cried over this? What lunatics are running Star Wars right now? How does this make you cry? I mean, it's making me cry for how bad it is, but like she's apparently cried it because it made her, it touched her in some way. What are you doing? She's like grabbing the force from the sky or something and then like putting it in her face. And she put a tattoo on her head with the force. Yeah, it sounded very confident. I do. Yeah, this. They're framing the Jedi as villains here. How much is left of this? I can't take much more. They have just regular bows? What? Don't the Dathomirians have like energy bows at least? These are just regular freaking bows. Oh, okay, we get one more scene of. Yeah, look at what Torben looks like here compared to how he looks, what was it, 12 years later, and like how did he age that badly in just 12 years? He's got hair here and it's like all gone later. Didn't expect her to have one more scene. The Jedi never claimed to be all knowing. What do you mean? What did that say in the caption? Speaking Shariwook? I thought it was just Wookiees. What is your name? Osha? Oh, you mean like the workplace thing? Is he? Oh, I thought he was gonna hand her the lightsaber. I was like, what is he doing? Or is he? What? 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 Do you know how dangerous that is? Just handing this random child the lightsaber, she could just go doop and just turn it on and stab you in the face. You just got here. How do you know that she's even potentially capable to be a Jedi? What is going on with Torben? Somehow they're influencing his mind. Why are you giving her your lightsaber? That's not how they test Padawans. We saw how they test Padawans. You didn't see... This would be like Qui-Gon goes to Tatooine and sees Anakin and he's like, hey, here's my lightsaber. Show me if you can be a Jedi. No, he takes him back to Coruscant, does that test. We've seen it. There are only 4 Jedi who would miss them. I mean... That's so stupid. Calling the Jedi deranged monks now. Oh, God. What? She carried them. She created them. So they're... It's not that simple in Star Wars. Oh my God, that makeup's terrible. Is that supposed to be an old human or an old alien? Also, she's not doing a convincing old woman voice. She's wearing like a wastebasket on her head. What? How will we know how to fail? What on earth is that kind of question? That doesn't make any sense. How will I know how to fail? What? Oh my God. That's so stupid. That's the most on the nose thing ever. Her saying the Jedi are bad, the other one saying the Jedi are good. You can't be any more subtle than that. This dialogue is so bad. I don't want to lie. I want to say what's in my heart. You have to lie. What? Who wrote... I mean, we know who wrote this, but... Jeez. Yeah, exactly. You have to get training to get the lightsaber, which makes no sense why Soul just was like, "Here, you want to try it?" Okay, this is the actual test that they gave Anakin. Why does he look like a girl here suddenly? I don't know why. Soul does. How can she fail it though? Because like the Jedi, aren't they able to detect if she's? I mean, like they could feel if she's like sensitive in the Force, but I don't know. He was 4 when the Jedi tested him, which I don't know. This this whole thing, you know what Leslie Headland needed instead of writing a Star Wars show? She needed therapy. This feels like she has some things that happened in her past that she needs to reconcile with, and instead of dealing with it, she's like, I'm just gonna write some crap Star Wars and ruin this franchise instead of going to therapy. My cat is watching this. Why? Don't subject yourself to this. Man, these kids are not good actors. Destiny is not decided for you by an anonymous force. Uh, Stop with this thread crap. Is it just me, or does that thing on her head look like a big lollipop? Because it's got the circle at the top and then the stick runs down her face. Like over her nose, down her mouth. It looks like she's got a lollipop tattoo. They didn't outright come out and say it, but like they are just saying that these two witches just created. This is the biggest issue with this episode. They just created two force sensitive kids out of nothing, out of thin air. I don't know if they're insinuating that you have to be a lesbian to make a force baby, which means they're trying to go back and say that Shmi was, even though there was nobody in her life. She said there was no father. She didn't say there was anybody in her life. It was Immaculate Conception. We can assume there's obviously theories about Plagueis. Plagueis could, I mean, there's this, let me bring up this tweet. Star Wars Theory is, like, very knowledgeable in Star Wars. This is a tweet he said. Palpatine had such a hard time cloning Force sensitives until Moff Gideon, again, but that's Disney, with all his power, knowledge of the Force, and his unlimited resources, as well as the inability to create life. And Force-sensitive life, mind you, which is even more impossible. The Sith, Jedi, Kaminoans, Mother Talzin, Witches of Dathomir, Darth Plagueis, Anakin, and the Empire couldn't do it. Random witches pulling a couple threads of the Force equals two Force-sensitive children, so powerful that the Jedi sense and track down across the galaxy. At what point do we just say WTF? I think this is the point that we say WTF, because none of that makes any sense. It's nearly impossible for anyone to create life, and these new characters that Disney pulled out of their butt can do it, apparently. What the heck is that? Is that a can? That's a weird candle. Oh, I heard about this. Apparently stone is flammable. What? Okay, she lit a book and threw it down, and there's no fuel anywhere, but the fire has already spread in like a few seconds to the whole door. It's now spreading through the room, but it's all made of stone. This is stupid. Does Leslie Headland not understand physics at all? Especially regarding fire? This is the second episode now where she doesn't get fire right. Witches screaming. What is collapse? Is it collapsing on them already? The fire's been burning for 10 seconds. What? Why did that thing explode? That's the fastest moving fire I've ever seen. I'm so bored. I'm reading the responses to Theory's tweet. Palpatine didn't know the right chant, obviously. Yeah, this is true. Sad that this whole show is just a therapy affirmation session for 0.5% of the population, while also destroying 50 years of lore. That's true. If you wanted to make a new IP, go make a new IP. Don't completely pervert what the Force is. Look at that. How did that happen? They're all dead on the floor. From what? Why are random things exploding? This is insane. Apparently a candle can cause this much damage in a stone temple. Oh, make it end the episode. I don't think I can do this for all the episodes. It's going to damage my brain too much. Is that the end? No. People have tried to say that it was smoke inhalation that killed them. But, I mean, I'm sure they could. Why couldn't they have ran out in time? There's like an easy way out. Yeah, she started a fire, but I don't know how that does what it supposedly did. His acting is, I mean, he's not terrible in the show, Soul, but like, he doesn't speak native English, so he's doing all this. He's saying all of his lines phonetically, and maybe that affects his acting. I don't know, because like, I haven't seen Squid Game, but from what I've heard, he's great in that. You will never feel like this again. Well, you don't know that. I wouldn't promise that. Something just as bad could happen in her life. Don't say that. Oh, the torture doesn't end. It's still going. I don't. I'm not given any reason to care about any of these people. Wait, what? Hold on. Directed by Kogo Nada. It's. I don't know who that is, but it's just like one name. I've never seen that before. Created by Leslie Headland. Yeah, screw you. You just nuked the 50 almost 50 years of lore. Thanks a lot. You think about, you could have just gone to get therapy, but no, you had to do this to Star Wars. I don't think I'm gonna watch the rest of this. It's boring, and it's just further. Everything they make is just further chipping away at what George Lucas created. So that's it. I'm done. Peace out.